Hi, this is Hair by T, and today I will show you how to cut a lob, a long bob. First, you're gonna comb it all back and then push it forward a little bit just to find where is her part. Is that where she usually part? Then you part where she wants to. Then you're gonna comb it back, and then right behind the ear, you're gonna take the other section and separate in three pieces, like front of the ear, and then on the other side, and then the back. And make sure on both sides behind the ear has to be even on behind the ear. If not, then when she put it up, her hair will be different. Then you're gonna get a section and put it up and push it forward the head. And over here, if you're gonna take more than 1 inch, you have to make sure to show them with the mirror, turn them around to make sure that that's where they want it, because once you cut it too short, you can't go back again, but you can always cut it shorter. So we agreed, I show her where I wanted to cut and she agreed with it. So it has to be around her shoulder, hitting there. But also you have to tell people once you do that, if it hits the shoulder, it will flip out a little bit. Unless she curls, it's okay. And then I start cutting, like point cutting from the middle going to the left. Then from the middle going to your right and do the same thing. And before you move on to another section, you want to make sure you check on both sides if they're even. It's really important because this is the base that you're cutting. Every time you get a section, if you don't check and you move on, if it's crooked, your haircut will be all crooked. Now get another section and comb it down, cut it from the middle, following the same guide, previous guide that you cut it, and keep going to your left. Then now from the middle, going to your right, and then do the same thing and make sure you check if both sides are even. Then get the third section and cut it in the same previous guide from the middle, going left, then going right. Make sure you check before you move on to. Sometimes when you check and it's not right, you cut it again and it's not right, and then you check and then you cut it, and you just don't want to waste your time. But trust me, if you don't fix it now, later it's just not gonna be right. All your haircut, it will be bad already. Now with the same section, you're gonna get it from the middle vertical section and then pull it out at 60°, and then cut whatever you have left. From the bottom, there's a guide that you already cut it, and then cut it to the top. It depends if you want a shorter layer, you're gonna not pulling too much out, like instead of making like a V from the head, it will be more like a straight, so you can cut it more, but that's only if you need more layers. And then you check and get another section. You're gonna get atop the crown and then see where you want it the hair to fall. That's how much you're gonna cut it. So this is a few inches off, and then you get a vertical section, and then you're gonna connect from the point, the top and the bottom, and then cut whatever is left out, and going from the middle to left and then middle to right, just to make sure you're cutting evenly. And everything I'm pulling back instead of pulling in the center. So straight back, don't pull it center, because then you're gonna have too many weights around the ear. And then on the right side, you do the same thing. And get the habit on checking it. After you finish, you can always cut it more before you move on. From the left side, you're gonna comb it back a little bit and angle your fingers, so slowly you start cutting in pieces. If you cut it in one time, your hair at the front, I mean her hair, will be straight across and it will look shorter. Then take a small piece from the top, pull it back and cut it from the guys from the previous on the crown, pull it down and push it back, and then cut whatever you have left. And make sure when you go on the left side right here, she was looking down when you will cut it in the back, but now you go into the front, make sure that she looks straight forward, so the length, you will keep it longer too. If she keep looking down and then you cut in an angle that you think is an angle, it's actually not gonna be that much angle. And then you get it from the front, cut a little bit on the back, bangs. And then on this side on the right, you're gonna do the same thing, pull it back and then start cutting slowly, so you can keep the longer at the front. If you keep cutting in one time, you're not gonna be able to keep the long. You rather have longer and then cut it again, or if it's too short, you have to cut it again on the other side. And the client, if she likes the other side, she'll be mad. So make sure you keep it longer on this side. Then you start cutting. Once it's ready, it's good, then you can go for the top part and then take a piece from the crown and pull it back and then start cutting, like connecting from the back to the front, but the front have to keep it longer. Then you get a vertical section and pull it back and cut whatever is left out. For the bangs, make a triangle section over directed to the other opposite side, and then start cutting maybe ½ inch, it depends how short they want it. And then you go back and then starting to texturize with the thinning shear and do about 3 cutting from each section. Don't put it in one spot. You have to keep moving to make sure you don't make a hole or anything like that. Then to start prepping the hair, you use the Pure Abundant style prep for the root for the volume lift. Then you're gonna use the styling cream for everywhere to help you with the humidity and heat protectant. And then you're gonna use Confixor to keep the curls in place, like to make sure it holds. So now you're gonna power dry to 100%. So I have someone to help me over here, so it's quicker. But if you don't have anyone, then you just blow dry all the way, and then you can round brush if you want it. If their hair is really frizzy, then you need to round brush and then you're gonna curl their hair. But since her hair, I just did the bangs with the round brush and then I'll power dry and then I'll curl her hair. Make sure when you blow dry like this, the blow dry has to be on top of the hair, otherwise you'll freeze more. And work with your finger and make sure it's 100% dry. If your hair is not 100% dry, when you curl them, it will freeze out later, so it won't look good and it will start looking weird too. It won't curl really right. Get a small section, put it up the rest of it, and then you're gonna get a curling iron and start doing a vertical section, but one inside, one outside. So you're alternating the curls, so whenever you brush it out, it doesn't stick all together and it looks more like beachy look than the wave, instead of seeing like one piece. If they want it to look like Farrah Fawcett, then half of the head you have to do all back and then the other half all back too. Like half of the hair left and right is going to meet in the middle back there, and that's gonna make it look like Farrah Fawcett. But now you alternate the curls right and left, then it will just look like beachy waves. keep doing the same all the way to the top. Remember the first section by the front hairline, by the face, always goes back, and the next section, like the next one, it will go forward and then back. So you alternate always like that, but the first one at the front always go back. Unless you want it to look like the 20s or 40s, that it goes actually forward. Then on the right side, you're gonna get a section and do the same thing that you did on the other side, and keep continuing until you finish the top. After you finish, then you can put a little bit of oil, rub it really well, and then put mid-shaft to end and then the top, and you can just smooth it out some of the curls right there, and then you can get a hairspray, medium hairspray, and start spraying like the top part so it can hold a little bit. If they wanted to go on a party and they wanted to last longer, use a stronger one. And this is the end result, and thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and share for more new videos every Thursday. Thank you.